country. Lord, I feel just the same. He speaks his mind, trying to help mankind and the people of the USA. Yeah. Oh, John Bruto, he got a lot to say. Oh, yes, he does. 'Cause there's a good old boy down in Texas, turning Texas blue. And there's a blue dot family in the USA. All over there's a world. Oh, yeah.
I hope everything's working. Alright, I'm just gonna assume it's all working. Shit. How are y'all doing, baby? It is a new year. Happy New Year to all our Blue Dot family. I'm so glad y'all are here. I hope I'm getting out. Had some issues here, so I'm playing in the dark. Travis is in town. I called him for tech support. Boy, howdy shit. Gonna have to work on it later. Anyway, Just Coggins was the first one to jump in, followed by Nancy Halverson, Bart Larson. The remixtress is with us. Destiny Phillips, thank you for being here. That smart-ass squaw, thank you very much, Martha, for being here. Amanda Elliott, my neighbor Tracy Tobias. BW is here. Karen Van Wyk, thank you very much, is here. Just Coggins, Jeanette Miller, Stephanie Dean, and Jay. The romance continues into another year, baby. Glad to see y'all there. Carolyn and John Matt Jesco, thank you, darling, for being here. Thank you for your package. I enjoyed it. Thank you so much for that. It made me. BW is here. Dorothy Tyndall. Let me jump on down here before Michael Foulbister, Curtis Wood, Amanda Elliott, Michael Johnson, Mickey. Everybody's here. Iris Giselle is still here. Teresa Diggum. Iris is still rocking that. Chuckster 255. You seen that? No, don't do that shit. How y'all doing, baby? It is a new year, and boy, howdy, I'm ready for it. I need this. I need a restart. I need a reboot in my life anyway. This gives a perfect opportunity for me to try to kick myself in the ass. Teresa Jelly, thank you for being here. Randy Peterson, woo, pig. Wendy Ernstein, thank you for Ernstein. I said it wrong. Hey, Randy, looking forward to it, buddy. Looking forward to it. We're on a single-digit midget here now, buddy. Gonna be here on Friday. I'm glad that we're all waiting for it. But anyway, it is a new year, and we have a lot to look forward to. I was watching the news shows a little bit this morning. It's been a rough few days. I'm sorry I was gone for a few days, but you know how that shit is. If it ain't up there, it just ain't up there, and you can't fake this shit. And I made a mistake. I had written on our Facebook page that this was beginning our 8th year. Actually, this is beginning our 7th year as a Blue Dot family, as a group. And I want to thank everybody for participating, for being involved in this. This chat that goes on all the time in here, that is what it's all about, and it builds every day, and I couldn't be prouder of it. We're looking at a year ahead that is going to have a lot of surprises, and I have no doubt a lot of heartache. But it's going to be what it's going to be. But if there's one thing that this country needs this year, it's justice, baby. And this is the year it's got to come. We have to take care of this bullshit in 23 or 24 is going to turn into a shit show. And they might try it again for all we know. The only way to prevent that is to hold those accountable. And I hope this is the year that we do that. But anyway, I want to get in here and let's see if Miss Chick can get up here. Welcome in the new year. Miss Chick, can you hear me? Miss Chick? Shit. See? I knew there was going to be a problem. I'm hoping it's let me try another one here. Let me see if Johnny Fly can get up here. And let's see if his audio is working. I don't know. That cat has been around here. And I don't, Johnny Fly, unmute your mic. First thing, let me see if I can hear you. Not a word, brother, not a word. Keep talking, though, because I'm pushing buttons. I see you lighting up, and I'm not hearing a cotton-picking thing. Boy, howdy. I knew we was going to have a problem, and my tech guy is out of reach. Let me see. And it doesn't help that I'm half blind. Shit. Let me see. I am definitely got a problem going on somewhere, and I don't know where it is. Miss Chick, are you there? Oh, I see Johnny Fly lighting up. I see everybody lighting up, but nobody able to turn off the lights. About to turn off the light. Eva Adams, have a happy new year. I know it's late over there, baby. Take care of yourself. I saw your post on Facebook. Evidently, I'm having a big problem with my Discord. And I have no idea what to do about it. Ain't that some shit? First rattle out of the box for the new year, and I got no sound. I got sound on everything. I got a bus. Look at there, I got a bus. I want to slap the shit out of somebody. We got our favorite freaking song. But I can't hear Miss Chicken. I can't hear Johnny. Let me, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because it won't affect the show at all. I am going to shut down Discord. If y'all can hear me at all, I hope. I'm going to close Discord, reopen it again, and I don't know if that'll fix it. It probably not, because I'm pretty sure the cat stepped on a button. Y'all keep talking for a second there, because I can see you lighting up, and I'm hitting buttons, hoping that one of them is going to...
I can hear you, Jonathan.
Hey, what'd y'all say? I might have found the button. Can you hear me?
Hear us now?
I can hear you.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you too.
Oh darn. We were talking about.
Audio is good on YouTube, Just Coggin says. Carolyn said I heard something. Let me see. Miss Chick, how are you? Happy New Year, baby.
Oh, Happy New Year, John. I'm glad you got a couple of forced days off.
Yeah, it wasn't by choice, but
I know.
but much needed nonetheless.
Sometimes the universe just does what you need.
Yeah, well, we're universe will get a little bit more in freaking line. It's irritating me. Johnny Fly, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, I can. Happy New Year, Johnny.
Hey, Happy New Year to you.
So, y'all all ready for this shit?
Yeah.
Oh, brother, it should be an
Ready to wipe
interesting
the
new
slate
year.
clean and start over.
That's what we're doing. It's a new year. We're looking forward to what I hope to be a productive year as far as the judicial system is concerned.
Right.
You know, I'm desperately holding on to that. Huh?
A whole lot of people around the country were sworn in today in their new positions.
Indeed. And we have a new Congress that starts on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So hold on to your britches. Huh?
That should be the fun time, boy. These next 2 years, I don't have a big hope for the House, I'll tell you that much.
Low
Senate, maybe,
audio on
yeah.
Discord. Oh, this cat's got to
You
go.
can't hear me again?
No, I can hear you. Somebody said that the volume in Discord is low, and I don't know how to fix
Well,
that.
that's what I said before, John. I said you gotta keep those cats out of there. They're gonna mess up your whole computer and
Oh, I know it.
networks and
I
everything.
know it. And she is all over this place.
Some of it might be our own personal volume outputs too. They're saying Johnny Fly's a little low.
No. Oh, Lord, howdy. That's loud enough in my ear. Boy, howdy shit. Did you
Yeah.
hear that?
I did.
I did indeed. That was Michael Johnson who just came in and broke my eardrums with a $5 donation. Said, should we order a King James Version Bible owned by King Charles and the monarchy lawsuit coming soon? And fuck Trump. I love the way he never forgets to put that in there. Michael, thank you very much. Let me get my... Hey, There ain't nothing wrong with my freaking mic, evidently. And while we're at it, I want to thank William White, who came in 1 hour ago, even before the show, and pledged $2 on our Patreon page. Thank you very much, William White. We appreciate it. If it weren't for the Patreon and the people who donate, baby, I wouldn't be making it. So I want to thank everybody who takes the kindness out of your heart to donate this show. Anyway, I'm ready to get on with the rat killing myself. I am so ready to see somebody make a move, whether it's out of Fulton County, Georgia, or Department of Justice, whatever. I want to see something start moving.
I think it will start moving. I mean,
I want to see it all start moving, except the Earth itself.
Well, yeah, some things kind of had to wait with the shift in the new ones coming in and whatnot.
Oh, there's going to be a shift, all right. On the note of Earth shaking, a shout out to Bernadette, who went through a 5.4 magnitude earthquake this morning.
And what the hell is an atmospheric river?
I don't know what the hell that is. Shit. Things are popping up that don't sound good. Atmospheric river. I guess it's it was what, what's his name? Herschel Walker was talking about, when we produce the good air here in the United States and then it blows away and the bad air from Europe comes, it's all that.
What it is? It's all blowing through.
It's all blowing through, I guess.
The bad air from China. Do I sound any louder now, John?
You sound a little bit louder now.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. I don't know what's up with my.
That's the first time, John, anybody ever told me that I'm not that loud. That's a miracle. It's the truth. My mom said when I was born a month premature. She said you could barely hear me. When I got older, I made up for lost time.
Yeah, there you go. Make up for all that quietness you gave her.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Jeanette Miller says that atmospheric river is headed her way tomorrow.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're calling for a winter storm to come through. So far,
really?
It was 51 degrees here today. I love it.
I don't want to toss around my 82s that now.
Well, it got cooled off again here, but not terribly.
It warmed up here. We're expecting the next whole week is going to be, our temperature's going to regulate back down into the mid 70s, I think. And but no rain, no clouds, nothing else. We're going to have a beautiful week. And I'm glad because Randy Peterson's coming down. We're going to have a nice Friday. We're going to meet over in Rockport. I'm ready for it, baby.
Yeah.
Get him all set up. It'll be fun. Well, looky here. Let's snag Mitch out down there and see how Mitch is doing. Mitch, how are you doing? Happy New Year, brother.
Hey, what's up?
Same old stuff. Happy New Year, though. How's Julie?
Thank you so much. Happy New Year to you and your family. Julie is well. Kids are well.
Good. Start the year out right then.
Yep.
So what are you looking for this year, Mitch?
I'm trying to figure. I did not have a super good year last year. I mean, on many counts, it was okay.
I can relate.
Counts, tough. Especially the ending of the year for me has been kind of tough.
I'm sorry to hear that, brother.
We'll persevere, and I think my honest feeling is something along the lines of what we call a year is completely arbitrary, and we project onto it like certain attributes to make it meaningful for us, but in reality,
we made it up. So we
just made it up, and things really don't change all that much, and they certainly don't change on the boundaries of years.
No.
And I'm looking just
decades.
To be for things to calm down, and I think I'm actually looking for 2023. There's a couple things I'm looking for. I'm looking for the successful arrest, prosecution of Donald Trump as a traitor to this country. I think it's going to happen.
I think.
After all, it's going to happen very, very soon. At least he will not be able to run for office. And I think it's going to be pretty funny to see what clown the Republicans are going to come up with in lieu of Donald Trump, the biggest, stupidest bully that's ever held public office.
I guess they're going to come up with Ron DeSantis. They say he's the number 2 guy. But
I don't
he's
think-
only popular in Florida. He's not too
He's-
popular around the rest of the country.
Jeb Bush is more popular
Yeah.
than him.
Yeah, but it's a matter of what he thinks he is. He thinks he's more popular.
He thinks he is. We'll let him.
Right.
We'll let him. Make his mark.
I do not think he has national appeal. I agree with you.
No.
I think you're spot on.
I think Joe Biden. If Joe runs, Joe Biden would run it. Would beat him. I think.
Well, hey, what do you think the fact they didn't even pay any income tax? Isn't that nice?
Donnie,
Are you
did-
surprised?
is anybody
What was-
surprised?
no,
The only
no.
thing that surprised me is that he did pay taxes for those 2 years. I'm surprised he did that, but I'm sure it was because he was in a bind of some sort. He wouldn't have done it.
Right?
Yeah, but wasn't that the last year he was in office that he didn't pay income tax?
He didn't pay anything the last year.
Right. Exactly.
So that would if you were
surprised
talking to
he
him,
did
he'd say, "Well, that makes me a very smart person." No, it makes you a
Yeah,
crook.
he has stated that.
Yeah, he's
Did
our.
you
Well,
see
not
where
really
he invited?
Boy, howdy! Is that as loud for y'all as it is to me?
It's pretty loud.
It is pretty loud. I don't know how to. Shit! I don't know how to control that. Boy, howdy! That'll wake you up. Michael Johnson came in and ring the bell again for $2 and said, "Don't forget New York Santos." In I'm laughing my fucking ass off. Yes, we got all that. Michael, thank you very much. We got all that. Look at the news that's coming down the pike. Look at the news
There's
that's
all
going to come
sorts
down
of
the pike pretty soon. Most of it being, we want to see some action, some movement on Donnie. It's the only thing that's going to satisfy this country. We can see a whole lot of bullshit on other people, but until they get to him, this ain't over. And if we
Yeah, but I
don't
was
deal with him
amused-
this year, there
I
lies
was
the
amused
question.
today to see that he did some. He reached out and invited some TV people or media to come to his New Year's Eve thing, and nobody showed
Nobody
up
showed up. Ain't that poor Donnie?
except for like some little internet guy or something. And
Yeah, I'm sure
the
somebody
audio was
did.
bad.
And you're going to see a continuation of that, I think.
I hope so.
I think so, because more and more, especially coming out pretty soon, we've seen his taxes come out. We've seen more and more people, backing away from him. And the charges haven't even come yet. Mark Meadows better hold up. Boy, howdy, I wish I knew how to fix that.
I heard something this morning on one of the talk shows things. They said, "Don't count Donald Trump out." I wouldn't trust him.
There
Well,
you
he's
go.
not done. He's not done by any margin, but
Oh no.
Mitch Goldstein just donated $5 and says the truth. Dummeth must go to prison. No compromise. That's it. I spoke this morning or this afternoon on my video. This is the year, baby. We have 1 year, 23, to take care of this shit, because if we let this slide on by, 24 is going to turn into something we don't want to see. Because they have a green light, baby. They have a roadmap. They can get away with it. And it's only unless our justice system steps up and proves to the people of this country that it is not only for the lower echelon or
Well, here's the problem, John.
there is one too.
right?
The problem is that it is owned. That's the problem.
It is what?
It's owned.
It is. I don't want to say that, Mitch. Because in my head, what does that mean? If Donald Trump is allowed to get away with this shit, if he is not charged for the crimes that he committed that we are all freaking witnesses to, then tell me what's the justice system for? Is it just to catch your ass on your taxes if you don't do it right, or that little shit, rob a store, rob a bank?
Try that, John. Try not paying your taxes and see how long it takes you to
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, IRS would be up my butt, want my check, something. That's exactly what would happen. So this is, I think, to a lot of people in this country, is I don't know,
I'll tell you, America's had some learning moments in the last 6 years.
haven't we though?
We have learned for example, that you can march with tiki torches into a city, murder someone on the street. You can bring a gun to a peaceful rally and shoot people and get away with it. We've learned, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, all the people in Trump's circle have gotten away. Not one of them has been seriously affected in any way. None of them. The only one you might say, oh, well, Alex Jones. Yeah, Alex Jones wasn't really part of Trump's circle.
He fed off of it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
is what he did.
But none of
He's a
these
leech.
motherfuckers have. You explain to me how Steve Bannon is not rotting in prison.
There's the big question.
How Stephen Miller is not rotting in prison.
Because he got a pardon?
Explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old.
Because that's what it would take.
Well, but when you say, well, the justice system is corrupt, well, what if Trump does get elected again? He could pardon all of them.
He could pardon everybody. And if he were to get elected again, guess what? He ain't never leaving.
He's the first president who asked the Justice Department to rule on whether he can pardon himself.
That's exactly what he wanted to do.
are.
He wanted the Justice Department to step in and proclaim him winner of the 2020 election. That's
and
it.
I'll tell you what, if the right Supreme Court was in place, it just might happen.
If it had not been for the courage of a few, and I might add that those few were on the Republican side, it would have happened.
Yeah, right.
If Brad Bratzenberger down in Georgia had, oh, here it comes. Hold on. Y'all hold on to your ears, because I just seen a message pop up, and I don't know how to fix that. I really don't. This cat has been all over the place. Now I'm sitting here waiting because I know it's fixing to hit. Done lost my train of thought. No, just getting back to that general thought, because I lost my train of thought, is if we do not see justice this year, if we do not see something move on the legal side, there it is. Thank you, because I was sitting here waiting on it. Lisa Fugit just came in with a $10 donation that said, "Happy New Year, Blue Dot family. I have high hopes we hear from the prosecutor in Georgia this week. Just wanting that wannabe dictator to shut up. This Blue Dot family needs some good news." Indeed we do, Lisa, and thank you very much, baby. See what I mean? Everybody is looking at this month, this first few weeks. First few rattled out of the box. I think it's going to come from Fulton County, Georgia first.
Something has to happen this month, John. Come on, yeah, we got to start the new year off right.
We have to. Oh well, it's going to be. Don't worry. There'll be plenty of drama, because Republicans take the Congress on Tuesday. You don't think there's going to be a shitload of committees? Oh, it's going to be massive entertainment, but it's going to be bullshit. Is what it is. It's going to be a dog and pony show, and we all know it. You know, the real meat and potatoes is going to come from Jack Smith. That's where it's going to come from. And I don't see how they can walk away without prosecuting, without bringing charges, without indicting his ass.
I have faith in Jack.
I know very little about him,
he's got
but
what he needs, that he will do what he's got to do. I just don't have faith in the court.
Yeah. I don't have faith in the courts. You know, it's pitiful to watch so many cases just tied up in the courts, and that's what it is. We watched it right after the raid on Mar-a-Lago down there when they got the documents. How they got a judge to get a special guy there to look at the documents, all that, special prosecutor, or special, whatever the fuck it was. Man, my mind. Special master to look at it. It was just a delay. And Trump is known for that shit. That's what Donnie Boy does. As far as Donnie's concerned, justice delayed is justice denied. And that's the way it is. And we can't afford to have that shit now. There's too much riding on this now. You know.
Well, I hope things speed up as far as the Justice Department is concerned, you know?
I have to believe it will. I have to believe it will. Because if I lose that belief, that's when I start having trouble. You know, this country is held together by these fabrics we call justice, by laws and moral responsibilities. And as far as the moral responsibilities go, boy howdy, those seem to have been going out the window over the last several years, haven't they? You know, I think there's a return to it with Joe Biden, but during the Trump years, oh shit, no, there was nothing that even suggested integrity in that shit. I also want to point out the fact, y'all see remember where he said he was going to donate all his salary to charity?
Yeah.
And he took no charitable deductions. Yeah. Just everything that came out of the man's mouth is a lie. It's all about the sell, baby. It's all about the sell. And that's it.
And lies, too.
You sell a lie. You sell whatever brings you the buck. NFTs, man, that are based wholly upon his life. Wow, it comes in hot. I can't wait for Travis to fix that. Bob K just came in with $5 and said, I just did it to make it ring. Thanks, Bob. By the way, Bob, I want you to know I named my cat after you. I did. My favorite one of the little kittens not the new kittens that I have 5 of them in a basket right over here. But the 6 outside that are just growing up, one of them is Peggy, and the other one is Bob, and one's Hank, if you see a trend there. Anyway, yeah. Bob he's my cat. He comes in every day, he sits in my lap and purrs.
Point out some salient points here. Number one, Trump lawyers testified in part of the arguments for delaying the return of his taxes was that he was quote-unquote under audit. There's no audit was ever in place.
Yeah.
Him, right?
They didn't audit him for the first 2 years.
Question number 2.
Yeah.
Why was he not audited?
Ooh, I know this. I know.
Do you?
Because he's a crook. Because he put somebody in IRS that what was the head of the IRS name? Anybody remember?
I don't remember the name.
Yeah.
The commissioner. I guess he's a commissioner. I don't know who it was.
I can't remember his name right now. He's got some questions to answer. He wasn't audited the first 2 years. You know, looks
question number 4.
Oh, we got more questions. Go ahead, Mitch.
Yeah, all right, well.
No,
Remember, Donald Trump made a big stink and actually showed a check that he wrote for his presidential salary from 2007. Remember this? He actually showed, in 2017, he actually showed the fucking check.
I think you remember him holding it up.
Right. Which means that what really happened is he printed that check up and tore the fucking thing up because it's not reflected on his taxes for that year. That's the kind of scumbag he is.
As if we didn't know already how much of a scumbag he was. That proved. I mean, it's just time after time. You see, he's nothing but a con man. It's all about the buck. He'll get it any way he can. As far as the documents from Mar-a-Lago, I would just naturally assumed he's already sold them. You know, he's made copies of everything and sold them all over the world, I would imagine. Because for Donnie, it's all about the buck. It has nothing to do. That's what irritates me so much.
That has national secrets in
his
fucking house in a box.
That are worth a lot of money, Mitch.
Man, there's something else going on.
That's a criminal.
That's a spy.
What's this I heard or saw on the news today? That Trump actually paid taxes to China? Are you kidding me?
Yes. He paid almost $2 million, I think, to China. And as a president of the United States, he has foreign bank accounts. Ain't that nice? Has a bank account in China. Yeah.
Does he have hotels over there, or is it like
Well, he has to make those hats
There's nothing illegal
somewhere.
about it.
No.
Unfortunately.
That's the sad part. You know, in his tax, you know, this whole, I don't know, it brought up the whole conversation to me. Well, you know, if they're going to show his taxes, next thing you know, they're going to show the Supreme Court or maybe even the congressman. Go ahead. Go ahead. I think they should. Why? You got something to worry about? I'd love to see a lot of... Whoa! God, I hope that's not loud to y'all.
It is.
It is? Oh, damn, I don't know how to fix it. Maria Betancourt just came in with three.
Let me wish you guys a happy new year. I'm gonna buzz on out of here. We're
Mitch,
starting our dinner, but I wanted to say hello, best to you and the family, John.
you too,
Best
Mitch.
to our entire Blue Dot family. May 2023, the arbitrary marking of time, be an improvement for you and people who you care about.
Yeah, for all of us,
Same
buddy.
to you,
For all of
Mitch.
us. Same to you, Mitch, and
Thank
to
you,
Julie and the boys. Just, I hope the best of years for you.
New Year.
Take care of yourself, Mitch.
All right, bye bye.
All right, bye-bye. Maria Betancourt came in with $3 and said, glad you are better. Well, Maria, thank you very much, baby. I'm not going to lie. Rough few days here at the house. It just a rough few days. A lot of people go through that. But it's a new year, baby. We all start anew in January, baby. Besides that, I turned 70 this month. Fuck yeah.
Oh,
No shit. I don't know.
no way.
Marcia saw a shirt she wanted to get for me.
You don't look at
Something
John.
about. Oh fuck! I done forgot. I thought it was cute.
Something about an old fart, maybe?
Yeah, it was something about age. How come all these old people are? How come people of my age look so old, or something like that? I don't know.
You don't. I never guess you.
Of course you wouldn't. I hold it like I was 20. Yeah. I wish.
Now don't
Them
exaggerate,
days is
John.
gone, baby. Them days is long gone. But we're not done yet.
No.
All in all, I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. I got a few problems going on, nothing that ain't everybody else got, so I'm in good company. The only thing that bothers me about 70, really, is because when you look at the obituaries, seems like they're all in the 70s. Can't somebody get to the 80s or 90s or something? There have been. I've seen a few. That's the ones I'm following. Michael Johnson, are you in the room, buddy? Michael, I can't hear you, buddy. I see you lighting up, but I can't hear you.
I can kind of hear something, but it's not coming out.
Not coming out at all, buddy. Miss Jean, are you in here? Miss Jean, you're muted.
You gotta unmute.
Okay, I'm here.
There you are. Hello, Miss Jane.
Hey, Michael. Howdy.
There you go.
Now we got both of you in here now.
Yeah, I had to turn my Bluetooth off. I was outside. But I wanted to get back on the notion that if Al Capone would have run for president back in the 30s, that's exactly what we're dealing with right now.
If who would have run?
Al Capone.
Oh, if Al Capone would have, it would be the same thing, wouldn't it?
Before he got, in the sling he was in.
Yeah. And what did they get him on? Taxes.
Taxes, yes.
Whatever it takes. I don't want to see him go to jail on taxes. I want to see him go to jail for insurrection, for treason.
Yeah.
The crimes he committed. That's what he needs to go to jail for.
And by the way, I'm getting tired of waiting. Don't you agree?
I am tired, Gene. I'm tired of waiting. It wears on you. You know, we are starting 7 years doing this. It means for 6 years I've been ranting my ass off.
And you know, Al Capone would have never gone for president. No, he was busy doing what he was doing. He didn't want to go there.
If he would have had the knowledge, he would have, and he could have probably never got away with the stupid shit this asshole's going away.
Al Capone's problem is he didn't hire a good enough lawyer, I guess.
I'm just using that as a comparison.
Yeah.
Our forefathers wouldn't have let that happen right after World War I and right in between World War II. But everybody got complacent and let this asshole in and thought, oh, yeah, this ought to be a shit show or fun,
Turned out to be a shit show. No fun. No fun.
Clarence Thomas and his wife. Now, that's what gets my shit. That's why nobody believes in the
Well, now, didn't you hear she totally wishes she had never sent any of those texts? She's embarrassed.
Oh.
Is that what she is? Embarrassed? Yeah, I think she was actively engaged in trying to get an election overturned.
I think even much as our president Trump is.
Say that.
Exactly. Yes, she's as guilty as Trump, in my opinion.
Yes.
So Well,
And Clarence Thomas ought to resign from the bench.
Yep.
You know, I think. Of course, we got problems deep enough. When you start talking about the Supreme Court, we're going to have issues coming. This is
For
a very
years.
right-leaning court.
10, 20 years with
Yeah.
those guys on.
Unless we increase the number on the court, and I wish they would. I wish they would, because if not, the conservatives on the court are going to run roughshod on this country for a long time.
Did you hear what Adam Kinzinger said today? Were you watching that?
I saw him on,
I think it was CNN.
I think it was
I'm not
CNN
sure.
on this morning.
Yeah. Yeah, and what he
Dana
said,
Bash was
if
talking
Donald
to him, I
Trump,
think.
if Donald Trump doesn't get convicted, then he's afraid for our country, for democracy.
He
Which
is.
true.
I heard him say that. If he is not convicted, that's what I'm saying. This is the year. Either we take
This
care of our
has to
shit
be.
this year, or we're gonna have some serious trouble in 24. Because the questions aren't going to be answered. There's going to be no definitive answer to anything. And they're going to try to push it again. They haven't gone away, not all of them. There's still enough of them out there to cause problems. You know,
They're always
Now the batshit crazies.
they're still there. They're waiting
Yeah.
for their Lord and Master to rise up again.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting to crawl out from underneath rocks, and in the meantime, we've got all of what's going on in Washington that needs to be cleaned up. That's just an embarrassment.
Yeah, but-
Which mess are you talking about?
Oh,
yeah, I was
just
gonna say that.
how bad
there's a-
politics has gotten there.
It
They can't
has.
even be civil with
Well,
each
It
other.
is not going to get any better anytime soon, because you know when the Republicans take over, you know what's on their agenda. Number one is Hunter Biden.
I was gonna say, John, it's like if you clean up a little bit, now you get a new batch of dirt that's coming in.
Yeah.
So then you'll have
Well-
more stuff to worry about cleaning up.
We're going to have
And they
clean up
focus
on
more
aisle
getting
4,
reelected
10,
than anything
14.
else.
There's going to be mess all over the place.
Yep.
Because the Republicans aren't going to turn it loose. They're not going to pursue anything for the people. They want revenge right now. They want to create as much damage as they can to the Democratic Party in the next 2 years. And whatever it takes to do that, they're going to do. Kevin McCarthy is going to get elected. I saw what Adam Kinzinger said about McCarthy today. That the minute that he had gone down to Mar-a-Lago after the insurrection, that was the moment that the Republican Party went full bore behind Donald Trump, is when Kevin McCarthy went down there and made the deal. Because up until that point, the Republicans had stood fast. Mitch McConnell gave a great speech about how terrible it was. Down in the House, same thing. And then Kevin McCarthy goes down there and kisses the ring, and next thing you know, it's all back.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Oh God, did we hate those ass kissers in the military and on the job site? But and when you see it in politics, you're just like, come
it's
on,
one
man,
thing
you
to
just
deal with
gotta-
it in life, and we all deal with a certain amount of politics in our own life. And not Democrat and Republican, but politics at your job or some bullshit. But
Yes.
this is we're supposed to have people in Congress that rise above that have supposedly reached a level that they are concerned about their country and want to do something to improve it. But no, nowadays especially on the right, it's just about power. And that new Santos guy, you could lie your ass off, just do anything, just get elected, just get in.
I don't think it's even about
Ring your
politics,
bell. Talk
John.
about ring your bell.
On the right, it's about what you can skim.
Yes.
You know, look at the laws that don't get looked at or passed, like keeping congressmen and representatives from being able to dabble in the stock market while they're being in Washington. That never gets looked
If there
at.
is
It won't get looked
anything
at.
that would help, it would be a law for that Congress would not be allowed
But
to.
they're the ones
to
that make the law, so it's
they
not
are,
gonna
yeah,
happen.
it's not going to happen. You know,
Yeah,
oh, that's
well,
just
the
investment. I
citizens
should be able to
unite.
invest. I'm like every other American. No, you have insider information every day. Every
But
day.
you know what, John? Santos learned how to lie from Donald Trump. That was his teacher.
Oh,
Didn't
Santos.
Kissinger say something?
He's been working his whole life at lying.
Yeah, he's been doing it his whole life. It looks like he saw Trump and thought, well, shit, I'm going for the gusto. Anybody can do this shit.
Yeah.
Let me send out a thank you to my brother up Minneapolis, Minnesota. Keith Thompson came in with a $5 donation and said, to the right-wing nut jobs and the GOP ilk, 2023. Blue Dots are fighting back, and you have pissed us off. We're wanting a little vengeance, baby. We want a little justice is what we want. All around this country.
You know what kills me, John, is why isn't there not a recreation, or well, I'm looking for the different word, but why isn't there just like the military that you had to have a GED or anything just to get in the military, a GED or equivalent of high school? Now, why in the hell couldn't Congress be 2 to 4 years in college and have to do a certain history, American
The
history?
only prerequisite is that the people like you. That is the only requirement for you to get elected, is if you convince people to vote for you in this country, you get elected. That's it. Doesn't matter what your requirements are, your background is, your education, your work history. It doesn't matter.
For sad sack getting fucking, sad sack getting, here I can be a congressman.
I
Look
think
at
Santos is pointing out the true tragedy of our political discourse in this country. That nobody challenged his ass on that shit during the primaries or anything. That we're finding this out after he gets elected, and we're all sitting here wondering how can they seat this guy? Oh, they're going to seat him. They're going to seat his ass because Kevin McCarthy needs that vote big time, and he's already committed that vote to him.
Legally, I think they have to seat him.
They have to.
They can remove him after he's
They
seated.
could remove him immediately afterwards.
Yeah.
You think they
He
will?
did win his election, therefore they will seat him.
They're going to seat him.
Democrats got unseated just by stupid shit, and these motherfuckers created worse federal crimes.
You're going to see they're going to refer him to the ethics committee, and then I don't know what, fade away. The story will fade.
Probably. They'll
Matt
hope that
Gaetz
something
and
else
Marjorie
takes our
Taylor
attention.
Greene and all them hasn't faded.
Yeah. That's what I mean when I say we have a problem in our body politic. It's not about advancing the common good. It's all about their power and how they can wield it. The money that they can get for themselves and their families and their friends.
John, at least we can hope that they're only in for 2 years unless they do something really wrong that would get them kicked out of Congress. But I have a funny feeling we're going to be stuck with them for 2 years.
Oh, we're stuck with them.
I think so too, and that sucks, Johnny.
Well, they could not seat him on any committees. But what is he's still a congressman. He was still. It's the same way with Marjorie Taylor Greene when they took her off the committees. She's still a mouth out there. She's in front of CNN or Fox or every day, yakking her brain out, if she had one. She's getting paid whether she's on committees or not.
Oh yeah. Still does nothing.
But as far as that not being allowed to, I think that is so basic to integrity and trust in our system is. Term limits, and they should not be able to invest in the stock market while they're in office. You get out of office, that's fine. You want to be a citizen, go do your shit.
Term limits.
But neither one of those are going to happen.
No distant relatives, nobody. Warn your family you're running for office, because nope, you're not going to be able to invest in anything.
They're not going to vote themselves these fucking term limits because they got a cash cow that's always going, and if they piss all their other buddies and don't grease their palms, well, they're fucking out too.
The term limits would probably be the biggest thing that this country could do to provide for an advancement of our society. Because, like I say, you get in, whoa, shit, Travis has to fix that. Mega Wet Willie just came in, I heard it myself. Came in with $5 and said every congressperson should be made to watch Schoolhouse Rock videos and test it out before being eligible to run for office. Something that simple would probably be good, Mega Wet Willie. Just this, the basics of how I'm a bill, the whole 9 yards. Show every one of them. Maybe they'd learn something.
Hey, John, at least that's loud enough. You don't have to worry about.
That is extremely loud, and I don't know. Travis said, when he comes in, we have a new hard drive in the computer. Travis replaced the hard drive. Everything is starting up real good. everything is looking good except now, right before the show, the iPad, my old iPad that I have down here that has a program on it that I can control the cameras. I hit the button and nothing happens. I can reach over here and use the mouse on the actual OBS program, and I could switch camera views. So I know it's not the camera. It's not OBS. It is something to do with this little program here. But the pitiful thing is, this is just I wish I could just hold it up. Maybe I can. I'll just see. It's just an iPad with a bunch of colored buttons on it. All right. Some of them buttons work, like I said. Buzz comes in fine. Huh? Just none of the controlling buttons work. The start and stop the show, the record button, can't switch cameras, can't show the ad. All it does is play the sounds. I can play all the sounds and the music on it, just not the cameras.
He needs to set you up a pad to where it's almost like that game in the
That's what I got.
early 80s called Simon. There's a blue, there's a yellow, there's
That's what I have in front of me. It's a little iPad there, and it's got a bunch of different colored buttons, and I can still go down there and hear. Hey!
Uh-oh.
Well, thank God the stop button works.
Oh, yeah. So, no, that's at Rittenhouse.
I just, Travis, we've still got a bug in there somewhere. When we put all the programs back in, something happened, so he's going to have to come home this evening and fix that shit. So.
4 years.
You change a hard drive, it makes a big difference.
It makes a huge difference. Everything is loading a lot faster. But there's a few things that aren't working, so we're going to have to get them fixed. One way or the other.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I think the next thing I'm going to do when he gets the sound fixed is build a cover, even if it's out of wood or something. I might go out there and build something to put over that mixer so the cat can't walk on it. Let me thank Sakari Ferrari, who came in with a $20 donation. Thank you very much, Sakari, and said, my wish for 2023 is indictments of Trump by the end of January for theft of top secret documents, a slam dunk case, lock Trump up the sooner the nation can heal. The document case is not partisan. Prosperous 2023 Blue Dot family. Sakari, you covered it all, brother. That's all we want. A prosperous new year, a happy new year, and to see his ass in jail, which would accomplish the happy part. We'd all be I'd be happy. I'd be walking around with a big, are you shitting me? I'd be parading up and down in front of my neighbor's house, just giggling my ass off. Well, just one neighbor. Huh?
I guarantee you, everybody would go, what, have you been smoking? And I'd go, I ain't been smoking nothing. I'm just happy.
Just happy. Well, I've been smoking and I've never been happier, so. No, I am. I'm waiting on this. I want to see this. It has to happen. There's no, we're gonna see this play out. And it's going to tell the tale of what I believe in my country, what I've been brought up to believe in all my life, that I've tried to strive to live by all my life.
John, the key question is, will he go to prison for it, or is he going to be able to weasel out of that?
I think the only answer has to be yes. Is it going to happen? I can't. That's the hard part, because he is a slippery little bastard. He's hard to peg down. He runs his business, his operation, just like a gangster.
Hey, he'll if he can't find a rule, he'll make one just so he can slip out of it.
I just don't know how we can, if all of the American people can look at everything that we have seen in the news on that day, through the January 6th Commission, through testimony from Republicans. We are all witness to it. We all know the outcome of this. The only question is, do they have the courage to do it? And the answer can only be yes. It can't be a no. The damage to our democracy, the damage to our society would be irreparable.
Republicans.
If they come up with some bullshit reason to just say, to heal the country, we're going to pardon Trump and just try to put this behind. No, that's not going to work this time. Ford can't step in and pardon nobody. You know,
Right.
and Joe Biden damn sure ain't. I don't think Joe would do that. There has to be a reconciliation.
Well, they
There
took
has to be justice.
They took Patriot away from me and people like you, John. And it feels like I was robbed, and now they're doing this Bible shit, and that's Patriot, so they're praying on a different source than me, and I hope I can educate the younger generation as a soldier, as a veteran. I'm just a Cold War veteran. You're a Vietnam veteran, and I can say I thank you for your service, and you know it's
We all
not
serve,
true.
brother. Everybody
Well,
gave some.
it-
All gave
it
some.
ever-
Some gave all, baby. We
married
can't
to
ever
a-
forget that.
our kids, yeah, yeah, we
We
owe
could do better
everything
for
we
our
got.
veterans. We could do better for our society.
Yes, and that's
But
what we gotta
but
do
we have
from
to,
the
at some
ground up.
point, right our ship and start, I don't know, living.
No, we gotta all glue together somehow. Not glue together, blue together.
Blue
We
together.
gotta glue together somehow. Yeah.
You know, this Blue Dot family, we're pretty good size. You know, across platforms, if you believe the numbers, which I kind of tend to believe, you know, we're looking at about 80,000 people. But that's a drop in the bucket. There are more. When I talk about Blue Dots, there are Blue Dots that don't even have a freaking computer, who could give two shits about this show or any other show. But they're Blue Dots. There are more people that are liberal minded or more open.
Yeah, open-minded.
Open minded, yeah. It's just we're not stuck on religion so much as you want your religion. Fine, we have no problem with that. Pray to whoever you want to pray to. Don't bring it into the law. You know, as I always say, or if you're going to live by it all. Give a quarter of your field to the poor. That's what it says.
John, it may take a few elections till we can weed out these Donnie Trump whatever rejects. You know, it might take a few.
I think we have an opportunity in 24, Johnny, to do exactly what you're insinuating. If the Republican Party continues to display itself as it has in the past, to be nothing but a pack of liars, cheats, and thieves, it's the Democratic Party that has to keep pushing the issues of the day to try to get things done. I think we have a good shot in 24. If that's all the Republican Party is going to sell is, well, look what happened over here, over there. Fuck you. We want to look ahead.
Well, you know what, I think what's going to happen this year, especially if they go the route of investigations and investigating Biden and all this other nonsense, they'll just put the nails in their own coffin and make it easier for us to get back in the House.
You would think, huh?
You would think. I would hope.
Well, that's what I mean. 24 is going to tell the tale. 23, we need to take care of our business.
We got to work on our infrastructure. And when you talk like 2023, we've got mayors and shit in all these cities. They need shit too. We've got to back our local to get us to where we got to be.
It all starts at the local level.
Yep.
Every election is local, whether president or on down to dog catcher.
I talked to him, but you know, Emmanuel Cleaver is a big gig right here in Kansas City,
Right.
and he has been on the news a lot and all that shit, and what he does, and you know, but I got him started when I first moved up here. I was one of the guys out there with the Carpenters Union getting his ass in there. We were going door to door. We were having rallies. We were doing
I'll
things.
tell you what, anybody that volunteers on a political party or candidate, campaign-wise, hold on, it's a kick in the butt.
Dale Joyce did it. And
You meet a lot of new people and you get involved in stuff. It's great. You know, Johnny Fly did it this last time. Got all up involved in that stuff.
I was sending money to Beto and Cheryl, Bill Joint's lady, and I was like, man, I'm donating,
Yeah, Beasley.
That's what.
here.
Unfortunately, that's what it takes, though. It
And
takes
John
it takes
Fetterman,
all the
too.
$2 and $5 donations from across the country to get things to happen. There's no
Yeah,
shortage of
yeah.
money when it comes to corporate donors and all that shit. Huh?
It adds up, John.
It adds
It may
up.
sound like small amounts before you have how many people that
And
give.
it's the number of people that are donating that gives you the power. It's they can dump money at a candidate all day long, but unless he wins, they wasted their money.
Well, I was kind of pissed, John, about how the DNC regulates our money. We shouldn't have a Marjorie Taylor Greene, and we shouldn't have a Bobart. We shouldn't have them on a year like that. That means the DNC took your money and put it in the right place for the right people. And Marjorie didn't win her deal, but by herself. Bobart was so stupid, no cheese. And he won. So
Jesus.
the DNC did not put that money that you donate to the right things. I don't think. That's why what Bernie was saying. Bernie was my guy. Always.
I was a Bernie man until it came down to Joe Biden and Trump. In the primaries, I voted for Bernie Sanders because I am more of a progressive than most moderate Democrats. I believe, with all my heart, there should be free health care in this country. You shouldn't have to pay a damn dime for it. I think it's covered under the damn Constitution, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You can't have life unless you have,
Yeah.
Unless you have a
keep you alive. Let me thank Maria Betancourt, who came in with $2 and said the leader of the Proud Boys is a Cuban American. Really? Well, that shouldn't matter, but there's a lot of Cuban Americans in this country. But
We
I
should
hope
really
he goes
stop
his
using
ass to
those
jail.
terms. They're Americans.
I don't
It's
care
not
who he
about
is.
what their
He turned into a
ethnicity was
scumbag.
or
I'm sorry, what,
whatever.
Miss Chick?
I'm sorry, but using the term Cuban American, African American, whatever,
Yeah.
they're Americans.
Yeah,
Period.
they're Americans.
We're all
It does.
Americans. Period.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean,
Yeah.
absolutely 100.
You could qualify me as a Cuban American. I was born in Cuba, so I was born on a U.S. naval station in Cuba. Hey, y'all might have heard about it.
No.
Yeah, Gitmo. Yeah, that's where I was born, and no, not in a cell. So, long time ago.
North Alaska.
Been there too. If I had to take my pick, I always say I'm umbilically connected to the temperate zone, as Jimmy Buffett said. I like my weather warm. So I don't know too good with cold. That cold snap that came down here just about did me in. But I was happy to see we didn't lose power. So there you go. We
It
lived through it.
kicks my ass every winter, John. But I try.
What's that?
It kicks my ass every winter right here.
I would
'cause
imagine. No. I tell people there's a reason I live down here. I like sand and sea, buddy. I like to
we
visit
got
all up
time.
north in the summer, though. Y'all got some beautiful forests up there.
Yeah,
Well,
but
we
that
got-
area where Michael lives, they got all sorts of treacherous things year round. They get hit by everything down there.
Yeah. I don't live in Tornado Alley, thank goodness. I don't have to have earthquakes. I could just imagine burning up this morning when that happened. Holy
okay.
shit! Yeah, I spoke to her. She was pretty rattled.
Yeah, I was in
Again.
Fort Irwin. I was in Fort Irwin, and I felt my second earthquake, but it was a big one, and I felt it more because I was in an M113 track in 1983 or 4, I
Oh,
think,
Lord.
in my desert right there. And oh my God! But I felt New Madrid when I was. I don't know. I guess that was after. I felt the New Madrid at a 5-something. They said that son of a bitch was one of the worst earthquakes ever happened because it made the Mississippi run backwards. Always heard that. Now, it could be folklore. It could be a myth. But we've always heard it. And if you go down to western Kentucky, where I come
boy, that's
Oh,
oh, that was both of them at the same time. I knew it was a double coming in. Let me thank Maria Betancourt, who came back with $5 and said, "I am a Cuban American," and I said that about Proud Boy leader because he is not grateful. There are a lot of Cuban Americans that are heavily lean right. Not all of them, but a good proportion of them, and it makes you wonder. It really does. And then Diana Mallory came in with $5 and said, "We better see justice in 2023, and we can barely hear the people on Discord. Lock him up." Oh, Lord. I got a problem. Y'all speak up. Y'all shout so we can hear you. Nah, I don't know. I know it's in the mixer. And that is, like I said, we got like 50 freaking little dials here and buttons and slide things, and I don't know which one that she turned or hit or pushed or...
I have a solution to your cover the board problem.
What?
Do you know those flat little plastic containers you can get, like people put sweaters in them and slide them under the bed?
Oh.
Get one the right size and just flip it upside down over all your stuff, and the kitty won't be able to walk on it.
Look how smart you are.
Look how smart I am.
Look how smart you are. That's a good idea. I'll just measure that and go buy a plastic box and put it right over.
Yep.
That's what I got to do. Because it's getting to be a habit. She gets up here and she walks around on stuff. And I don't know what button. All she has to do is hit one of them slide buttons or a dial thing, and it just moves. Sure. I don't know. Anybody need a cat? That's my problem. And it's getting to be a problem. I got to take a bunch of these cats to I got to get them fixed. I got too many out here, and I'm afraid it's going to be a big explosion if I don't get a whole bunch of these little things fixed. Or just
fixed or give them away, something like that.
Free kitties. I'm telling you, except for Peggy, Hank, and Bob. I like Bob. Bob has become a real buddy. And thank you very much. Michael Johnson just came in with $2. Said, "If I ever see Eisenhower Republican, I wouldn't vote." If I ever see an Eisenhower Republican, I would vote. Yeah, those guys are gone. There are no more Eisenhower Republicans. You know, it was when Reagan came in that changed the Republican Party so drastically. And that progression led us right up to Donald Trump.
Yeah, and you had Jerry Falwell's religious right nonsense and all that. The moral majority. I love that.
It is so easy to sell, Johnny. It is so easy to sell the flag and eagles and music and a bumper sticker and Jesus and God and all of it. It's easy to sell. Hard to live up to. It's hard to live up to those ideals, but don't worry about that part. Just as long as you tell people, they don't know. The problem is we do know. That's what the problem is. You don't act like a Christian. You don't act like somebody who believes in the Constitution. Well, that's what I've seen out of the Republican Party.
They'll look at Christianity. They go, "Gee."
I swear they look at it as, there's the suckers. And I don't understand that. Because in the grand scheme of things, right and left, conservative or liberal, I think Jesus and God were more on the liberal side. I think your hell and damnation, God went by the wayside when Jesus came along. Feed the poor and take care of the hungry.
Put on any kind of costume, John.
Huh?
Con men don't care. They'll put on any costume.
Any
They'll
costume.
Pretend anything.
Anything.
As long as it's snagged. You ever see fly paper does to flies? That's exactly what they do. That's how they snare them in.
I just, and I don't like to use that blanket over everybody because I've seen good Christians. When we went to donate the food that Daryl Harmsness donated, my first thought is to turn to a small local church. A small local church in a small neighborhood because they know where the need is. I don't think that preacher's in there for the big bucks.
They're not all that bad, John. They're not bad.
No, they provide so many services for the community. The only problem I have with religion is when you start getting into mega churches. Really? Right. You live in a mansion and you're telling me that you're doing God's work? I don't think so, buddy.
Yeah. and then
No,
they
I'm
tell
sorry.
people how to live.
Got 3 or 4 airplanes? I don't think God needs you to have 3 or 4 airplanes, man. 2 or 3
Well, the
mansions and all that
That's
shit.
so,
That's bullshit.
that's so he can pre-
It's
well,
just,
he
it's a
said he needs
scam
that
from the
so.
word go.
Well, he needs that, like Kenny Copeland says, they
Yeah.
need to have to deal with demons and, what was that, demons and tubes, stainless steel tubes.
It's sad. It's sad that there are people that can manipulate people on their religion and pervert it to whatever they think.
Yeah, if we can't protect church and state, we're really going backwards to the fucking Hitler deal.
Thomas Jefferson said it all. Separation of church and state is essential for a free and democratic society. You can't have laws based on your religion. That's what Iran has. You want that shit? You know, there's no difference. No difference than, what do they call that over there? The Sharia law. Then Christian law. If you implement the same thing, it's laws based on your religion. Of course, we already have that. Thou shalt not kill. That right there in the Bible. And there you go. We have a law. Can't kill nobody. Thou shalt not steal. Good idea. Let's make a law. You know, but
I feel so sorry for the Palestinians. Man, nobody wants to talk about them anymore. And,
Palestinians, they're still in the fight, brother. They haven't gone anywhere. They're still fighting. They, you know,
they ain't getting no damn money from us. We're throwing money
The-
to Israel like they can just be a nutty.
the only solution to the Middle East is a two-state solution, and it's always been that. Let me send out a thank you to Ed Beatty Jr., who came in with $5 and said, "Happy 2023, Blue Dots." Indeed, my friend. And Keith Thompson came back with another $5 and said, "To the right-wing nut jobs and GOP ilk, 2023, Blue Dots are fighting back, and you have." Wait a minute, Keith, you already sent that one. Buddy, be careful. He's messing with my head there, brother. They pissed us off. They have. How dare you put a scumbag thief in our house? That's where it pissed us off. Every one of us got pissed off the day he came down the freaking elevator with his stinking shit. And then got elected? Are you shitting me? What an embarrassment. What an embarrassment to the world.
Nutty Yahoo when he did the same thing.
And I remember his inauguration speech. It was disgusting. It was full of bullshit. Might as well have been saying I was the king from now on at that point.
Yeah.
He's been nothing but a disgusting scar on this country. His whole freaking life, not just as president, his whole freaking life. Take your stinking wife with you, too. I just have no use for them. To me, they're the epitome of what's wrong with this country. Lie, cheat, steal, and live the good life. The fuck is that?
I'd like to be a martyr and just give him a big old bitch slap.
I'll give him...
You know,
Oh, that's a loud slap. Jesus, the volume on that is up.
I think I felt that one.
Boy, howdy shit. I don't know what's controlling the volume on this stuff, but I better leave it
John,
alone.
he felt that one good.
Yeah, that was a solid slap, buddy.
I like that.
There's a list of people I'd like to. I'd like to start off local. My congressman, I go to look at his record, Michael Cloud. Every freaking thing he votes on is a no, unless he is specifically told to vote from Kevin McCarthy, I guess. Unless Kevin slaps him in the head and tell him to vote yes on this bill, he just votes no on everything. I pointed out the other day, as little as a post office switch naming, and half the Republicans voted for it, but not mine. He's not about to budge on anything. He's an ignorant butt as far as I'm concerned. The only reason he's in there is because my district is so gerrymandered, and that's all we can produce is some lapdog like him.
Yeah. John, who is that? I'm not sure. Is he in the Senate or is it Cotton?
Cotton is in the. He's in Congress, I think.
Yeah, is that Nevada or what?
No.
I saw the other
No,
day.
Cotton I thought was I want to say Arkansas.
That could be. All I know is it was on the other day. He made a bill, or he wants to pass a bill to stop all pornography on the internet. Could you believe that shit?
Good luck
Yeah,
with that.
good luck with that.
Yeah.
Let me know how that turns out.
Yeah, well, what do you deem pornography?
You may not be able to find a lot of things on the internet, but you want to find porn, I don't think it's hard to find.
Oh, that's very easy to find.
And just like anything else, when you take it away, they just make it go dark.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
Darker
Well,
in this case.
it surfaces somewhere else. That's what happened.
Well, that too.
Just 'cause
Do you know what
it's right.
happened?
What? What
today,
happened?
160 years ago,
Pray tell what?
Oh, I wasn't here.
Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation
Proclamation.
That's right.
Yes, he did.
He did. Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, today in 1955, January 1st, Elvis signed his contract with Bob Neal, the guy before Colonel Parker. I did learn that.
Right up there with
today.
Lincoln.
Well, Michael, I was
He was a real patriot.
you know that I wasn't even born in 1955.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, that's the ticket. I wasn't born until 75. Yeah, 82,
He
I
wasn't
think.
born in the 1850s either.
You know, I think
Oh,
about that,
shit.
I'm thinking about that, and I'm thinking, gee, just think it would have been over 100 years ago, and I would have probably been involved in the Civil War.
I never thought that studying Lincoln when I was a kid, when I played Lincoln, I never thought that we would ever be in a place in America where I would seriously be considering that we were in the same position in a different time.
Yeah.
As Lincoln was, with a divided nation.
Yeah.
It brings to mind the power that Lincoln had in his words that brought this country back together.
Or maybe the idea that we've never been undivided.
Well,
Yeah.
He was at the right place at the right time. I'll tell you that much.
It wasn't easy for him. If you look at his history, it was a rough
Can you
call.
imagine George McClellan, who ran against him for the second term, if he would have got in, he'd still be a
What
divided
history would have
nation.
looked like.
Yeah, he would have been
Yeah.
for the South, slavery and all
I
that.
think Lincoln was the man that America needed at that time.
Yeah, we don't want
Yes.
to go back to the future. We don't want
No.
to be doing that. We
don't.
We've already
You know,
lived the history.
We'll leave it to the
but I don't
Republicans
think
to
any
vote
time,
for it.
anytime since has democracy itself been challenged as much as it has been since that time. We've never been in a position, that we had an insurrection, that we had people violently try to overthrow this government.
Well, I think if you listen to Rachel Maddow's Ultra, you'll see that maybe that's not so true.
Oh,
Well, yeah, I
right
like
after
those
World War
guys.
One. I have been wanting to
No,
sit
well-
down and listen to that podcast. I have not had a chance to, but everybody I know is talking about that podcast.
Yeah.
I
You
want
really should
I
listen
want
to
to
it.
sit down and listen to it.
There's eight episodes to it, John.
Yeah, I knew there was. Yeah, Marsh pointed them out. She found them for me, and I just wish I had the time. I have mail that I have not. I read. I still have one letter down here that I have not read yet. That is just killing me. That I haven't sat down to read yet. And but I read everything else that was in that box except this one. And I'm not going to comment, but it has been. I wish I could have said that it was the end of the year was easy and pleasant, but it wasn't. But we all of us, there's so many of us that we have our battles in life, man. You deal with shit as it comes up. We got no other choice but to deal with it. You deal with it, or fuck it, runs your ass over. So, but I'm glad I had that little time to slack there.
Thank you, John, for opening up your heart to let people know that we feel the same way.
We have so much difficulties trying to get the right people in office, even on our local level.
We don't even seem to have a voice at certain times.
A lot of people feel like they don't have a voice. A lot of people think their vote doesn't count,
Yeah.
and it may not this time. It counts every time, but you may not be the winner this time. Down here in Texas, it's rough, man. For me to go vote for Congress, I know Maclavio Pettis ran against Michael Cloud. Did I have any confidence that he was going to win? No. I knew it from the get-go. Michael Cloud's going to win this shit because of the Republican gerrymandering. But I got to do it. You got to keep putting that vote out there. You have to keep in the fight. We have no other choice but to go forward. You can't just roll over, baby. You got to keep fighting all the time, regardless of what it is, whether it be politics or things in our own life. You got to keep fighting. You got to keep getting up the next fucking day and doing the same shit all over again. Maybe not even making an inch in progress, but it's the long haul, baby. We all face that shit, and right now our country's facing it.
It's not even so much all of that. It's just for your own self.
Yes.
It's for my personal integrity of what I feel is right.
There you go. You have to live with yourself.
I will not compromise.
No. I did when I was young. When we were all young, we were not as committed to the ideals that we hold in our heart now. That's the road that got us here. That's the life lessons that we learned all along our life. That taught us the benevolence of people, the kindness, the heartbreak, and everything else that we've all gone through.
I think the military showed me that more because I work around more people of color than I ever did in my life, and I'm a hillbilly, just pure.
You are a hillbilly.
I was shocked. Well, I was shocked.
Brother,
I was like,
the military is a great place for everybody because it doesn't matter what color the guy is who's got your back. He's got your back. That's the end. Ask old Keith Thompson out there about that shit. Doesn't matter what your brother is. He's your brother. You best keep his back. It's keeping you alive.
You keep me alive and I'll be fine. That was the whole point.
That sounds great, but I just read a letter from John Majesco, and both him and Caroline worked in the airline industry, and John was talking about way back when, he's not a young man, neither am I, when pilots were being hired, and he saw pilots that flew for the military. Tuskegee Airmen come to mind. Some of the top pilots in the military. You think they got a job at the airlines back in the States? No, they didn't. Not a one of them did. They didn't fly for anybody. Whites only. That was an injustice, baby. One that can't be corrected through a generational change. That is so heartbreaking to, and John wrote about it from his personal experience of seeing somebody trying to get a job who was qualified for that job. Ain't gonna happen, man. Not in this company. We ain't hiring black people. Are you shitting me?
And to think we're fighting this shit again that many years later is fucked up.
Not again, still.
The fight never ends, brother. The fight never ends.
It's never ended.
It goes on forever.
Well, we didn't dream this. We thought equality would have already been here.
Equality lives. It has to live within each one of us, our hearts. It begins with us. I mean, our laws are unjust in ways. Society itself has proven to be unreliable when it comes to treating people fairly. Red lines, neighborhoods, and stuff like that, where freeways go. There's been discrimination all through our history, and it's still going on today. It's our obligation to keep trying to live the life that demonstrates that you're above that you've moved past any kind of thing like that.
I would say it's up to us personally to stand up against it.
It is. When you see it, say it.
If you see it.
Don't allow it around you. And I've done that plenty of times. I'll walk off. Partner, have a great day, but I'm out of here. I don't want to hear that kind of shit. Keep it amongst yourself. I'm out of here. I won't tolerate it.
I'm not going to walk away from it either. I'm going to stand there and say, "Why are you doing that?"
Yeah.
Don't be doing that.
It's as with everything. It's how we all live our life. And ain't none of us, ain't one of us, ever worked a perfect walk. If they did, they'd nail us to a cross. It's in the book, I'm telling you. But ain't none of us done a perfect walk. We've all had to learn hard lessons along this trip. But for the most part, I think most of our family here are upper age. We're all getting upper in our age, a little more mature in our life. And we have a longer path that we can look back upon, and we can see mistakes we made and make changes in our life. It's always about that. It's always about trying to make the next day a little bit better. That's why I try to end the show. But smile tomorrow and pass it on to somebody else. It ain't going to hurt. You got to dig one out of yourself somewhere.
I can give you a happy thought.
What happy thought?
Well, today, you know how the parades are on?
Yes.
And I don't get regular channels, and I was trying to find the Judy Woodruff, goodbye thing that she did on PBS. And I went to the live button, and it was the parade in London.
Really?
And it was a really sweet parade. There was no big floats. It was all about people marching and walking in colorful costumes and very emblematic of their diversity there, of the things that, the different groups that live around in London. But they had high school bands from the United States. And I'm listening, there was one from Texas. There was one from Arizona, Gilbert, Arizona, Lakeland, Texas.
Parades.
There was a couple from Ohio. And then, lo and behold, Marjorie King, what is the name of the one in Florida? The Parkland?
Marjorie Taylor Greene?
No.
Jesus, Marjorie Taylor Douglas.
Yes. That
God.
band came up to play,
Slap myself.
and John, I burst into tears. It just gave my heart so much joy to see that band in London doing what they should be doing, living the life that they should be living, and the whole world, as far as the pandemic thing goes too, is back to doing life again, and it was just so uplifting for me to see that particular band show up on my TV from London.
Made you feel good?
And there they were. And they were great, too. They were fantastic.
Those are the things that just make you feel a little bit better about life.
Yeah. Just a little spark of joy today.
But it's sad because of the reason we know them and why we hold them in such esteem is because of the tragedies they've suffered. And we've seen too much of that, and by God, we've doing it right up to almost midnight last night. There was a mass shooting, or not one dead, 9 wounded in Atlanta, Georgia, right before midnight. Leave the good year, fuck.
Yeah, and John, too,
it's just sad.
Vladimir Putin, they sent more missiles over into Ukraine.
Yeah.
On one of the missiles, they actually had a message on there: "Happy New Year."
Happy New Year.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Yeah. They're working on war crimes, buddy. That's what they're doing. They're attacking civilian infrastructure for the purposes of just demoralizing the civilian population.
Keep an eye on Russia and China talking to each other every other day.
See?
Yeah, I wonder what's going on there.
See, there's more news about Santos. Pete Briggs just came in and said Santos was the first one on the moon. I did not know that.
He was the first man on the moon?
He was the first man on the moon, evidently. I mean,
was he even born then? He must be really old.
Yeah, he's younger. He's older than he looks. He looks on the young side. Yeah, I hope they nail his butt.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those interesting stories to see how the Republican Party handles him, because I think we all know they're gonna seat him, and then what? Just go on about your business and forget about all the lies he told and all the bullshit? I don't think so.
If it helps McCarthy get 218 votes, they're going to keep him in there, I'm sure.
I did that with my mouse.
It's going to get so easy with 218 all the time. He's not going to be that guy. He's an arrogant cocksucker, and everybody's got to know that most people that know him don't like him. They won't vote for him.
Wait. Back up the bus. Remind me which scumbag you're talking about?
McCarthy.
Oh, McCarthy. You're talking about the leadership. Speaker of the House. It's not guaranteed, they said, but who else is going to get it?
Yeah.
Remember, Michael,
Yeah.
we
The
don't
pillow
like,
guy.
we don't like, well, we didn't like Trump either, but guess what? He got elected anyway, whether we liked him or
I
not.
have a feeling Kevin McCarthy's going to end up being speaker, which is
Yeah,
sad.
Yeah, control.
But it
He
you know.
won't be able to control the Congress. Trust
Well,
me.
one of the things that he had to concede to was that the Republicans can toss his ass out of speaker position on any given day on a vote.
Really?
That's one of the concessions that
Yeah,
McCarthy
yeah.
did not want to give them, but it looks like he's going to have to concede to it and just give them the power in their little bylaws or whatever that the House, the Republicans can hold a vote on any day for speaker.
And he's 218. He's got 8 against
So
him.
that'd be a way
I
of keeping him in line,
vote.
slapping him upside the head if he gets out of line from what the extreme right wants him to do.
Well,
you
who
know.
was it, John? That was it
Oh,
Marjorie Taylor Greene or was it Lauren Boebert that said, "Oh, stop picking on Santa."
That's Marjorie Taylor Greene.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, wow.
Can we get a slap for Lindsey Graham? I'm sorry it was so loud, but Lindsey Graham's a real
Like that
bitch.
pearl bitch.
Well, you know,
He needs a hard slap. See, those are going to be the side stories. Lindsey Graham is going to be, he's wrapped up in that shit down in Georgia too.
oh, John, Marjorie Taylor Greene's gonna probably be head of the House when you think about it.
I
She'll
wonder
be
if
the
they're going to
fourth
put her,
in line.
I don't think they'd put her in charge of a committee. I don't know.
Oh no.
I know
Oh, you
Jack It
never
Off
know.
Jordan's going to
You
be
never
on the
know.
head of judiciary. Isn't that a laugh? That's an
It will
embarrassment
be,
right
Joe.
there.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
I can't wait to listen to Kennedy's stupid fucking voice again.
Yeah. They're all small victories, my friend, small victories. I guess we'll wrap it up for the evening. I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight because I needed to do this show. I needed to get back in front of that camera and in front of this mic and get my shit going again. And my New Year's resolution, get my shit together, get back on my show the way I should be, and move this forward the way that we all want it to go. And I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight because I needed your support, baby, and you didn't even know it. Anyway, Michael Johnson, thank you, brother, for coming in, brother. Appreciate it.
Please, well, my
Take-
friend.
Take care of
Always.
yourself. Happy New
Love
Year.
you, my brother.
Love you back,
I
brother.
will see you in March.
Yes, you will. Yeah, we'll have Randy all settled in and come down. We'll do some fishing.
We're going fishing.
Yeah, we're going fishing,
You're
brother.
going fishing. That's it.
I need to go fishing. Johnny Fly,
Yes.
take care of yourself up there in the cold weather.
Well, it's not so cold so far.
Well, don't worry, it's coming back. It ain't over yet, brother. It's coming back. It will.
Nah.
I'm glad you came in, brother. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad you had me. Thank you.
All right. And Mrs. Chick,
John, I
thank
want
you.
to send out some best wishes
Go ahead.
to Aussie Dave.
Aussie
and
Dave,
I hope the waters are receding. I don't know. Might
part
have
the
another
waters
week
and let
before they
Dave out.
recede. Yeah, and Bernadette from the shaking and jiggling up there that's going on.
I was so happy to talk to her today.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're thinking of her.
Yeah, I was worried right away when I heard about the that's the second earthquake now. It was the south of the city.
Yeah, it really shook them up there because they said that she said it shook. They said even on TV said it shook more. This was a 5.4. It said it moved the Earth more than the 6.4 they had before. So it was a
That's kinda
smaller
weird.
quake per se, but it sure did a whole lot of shaking going on. So yeah, please Bernadette, she's on a rock. She's got 2 telephone poles down on her property. Freaking line is right there across her front door. Thank goodness it's a telephone line, not an electrical line. She said she was having entertainment calling them every day to tell them to get out here and get their damn line off her porch. So anyway, Miss Chick, thank you, baby, for coming in.
You're welcome.
Enjoyed it.
And all you blue dots out there, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe, baby. That's how we grow. Anyway, to all of us, all of y'all out there in our YouTube family, our Facebook family, thank you for being here. Thank you for the chat that goes on in this room. I had a little bit more difficulty because of other things when he restarted. He made the font small again, so now I got to get the font kicked back up big enough to where I can read it. But
It's always something.
it's always something. I'm telling you, but we're trying to get our shit together and we'll improve along the line. We got new things coming. And I can't wait to make it all happen. Come together and we'll put some spice into this thing a little bit. Anyway, thank you all for coming here. We will be live again Tuesday night. So, wait a minute. Yeah, Tuesday night. Get my days right. In the meantime, take care of yourself. Try to put a smile on your face and pass it along to somebody else. It'll make both of your days. Anyway, y'all say goodnight to everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Happy New
everybody.
Year.
Good night, everybody, and we'll see you on Tuesday. I got to look over here because I can't push my button. My button don't work, so I got to use my mouse. So I got to look over here to stop the show. Anyway, y'all take care of yourself.